Drink a bit. There we go. There we go. I fitted myself in
So that we
shot.
sit the same.
Could move the camera, I suppose, but hey.
Technical.
But yes, hello everyone. It's a midweek live.
Yes, indeed.
Slightly unusual.
Please excuse the crinkling. I'm just trying to get into a packet of tissues and it's gone horribly wrong.
Okay. You've not got fingernails?
I have.
Should you not have done this before we went live?
Yeah, probably. It snuck up on me rather. But anyway, how is everybody today? I hope you're having a good day. We have had, a very good day actually, yes.
Yes. Not
Yes.
to give too much away,
No.
because we will be doing a premiere. The whole premise of this live chat. So we are going to be building to this over next time. What is your phone doing?
Oh.
Oh, that's copyright now.
Yeah, we were in trouble now.
Oh, no.
The point is that this will automatically switch to the premiere of today's video at 7 p.m. So stay with us and see whether the technology works.
Magically, with all
We've no idea.
all our technical wizardry, that's going to happen.
And we've only got one microphone, which is why it's attached to my arm.
Yeah.
So I might have to talk like this for the next hour, which could get uncomfortable. But more volume. I don't think we can do more volume easily.
Shout.
Yeah, we'll just have to talk louder.
Okay.
Yeah.
So.
Poor audio. Oh no, that's not good times.
Oh no.
Let's do a connection check.
Yeah, 1 second. So while we're doing that, Rimmer's Briggery asks, how is it going with the cluster on the Ford?
Well, so far, okay, but I haven't really driven her all that far.
No, she did have a moment the other day, didn't she?
Yeah, that was before I cleaned up the battery terminals. So, is the sound not working? Is it because the microphone's too far away? Is that the problem? Does the microphone need to be closer? Not much you can do without mic playing. Or if I place it here, then life's much quieter.
Oh.
Ooh.
Oh, that's vicious.
Yeah,
That's vicious.
we might have to pass it. I haven't got a wiper blade.
No, that's what it is. We haven't got the wiper blade.
I think we could use... What about a mechanical pencil? Oh, now we're talking. Is that good? Is that good? Yeah.
Oh, shout out to Lisa and Alfie.
Hello.
Hello,
Lisa and Alfie.
I saw a big comment somewhere blaming you for somebody doing, there we go, figuringstuffout.net. I would just like to state for the public record that the reason I'm ramping up my YouTube channel, working on my video, is entirely due to Hubnut. Blame is entirely yours.
Sorry, I am apparently an influencer. Apparently I've influenced someone to buy a Ford Puma.
Oh, cool. That's a good choice.
Yeah.
Do we know where they're
Shout out to Vico 101 Deluxe. Wow, that's quite a name.
Yes.
Another very professional microphone tripod, yes. Yeah. Oh, hello Fergus. Congratulations on getting the Lenham back on the road. That thing looks and sounds incredible.
Will Miss Hubnut be renamed Mrs. Hubnut anytime soon? We are working on that. I think what we're going to do is a cheeky little tiny wedding and then have some celebrations a bit later.
But this being Hubnut, plans are very fluid. Plans?
This is very true.
Plan.
This is true.
Plan.
Great Britannia line. Very pleased to see Shemi back and can't wait for me to pass my driving test. I can't wait for that either, to be honest.
Yeah. Hello, Griff Lane. Joe, did that generator person stop annoyingly using it at your lockup? No, it's running all the time, every time we're up with the unit. Sometimes the microphones pick it up really badly and sometimes they don't. So we're a bit stuck on that one, unfortunately.
Also, it's their business and it's really important. So, and it's not too intrusive. I
think longer term they're hoping to have mains power, but there isn't sufficient mains power, so they have to have a generator at the moment.
Oh, just as a slight aside, you might notice that the channel members have got different badges now.
Yeah, different colours.
Yeah, we've got a Hubnutter in red and yellow, and we've got a Hubnutter in sort of purple and yellow. Oh, with a little terrier.
Oh. Someone asking if we're inviting all channel members. We probably should have done that.
Are we talking to the wedding or the live?
To what? Yeah. Who knows? You influenced me to buy a Yaris 2000, but now I've got a Talbot Express. Well, that's definitely nothing to do with me.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Well done. Are we getting another dog? We've already got one dog.
We're not ready to get another dog. Titch was very, very unique.
She was.
And we're not ready. We're not ready. Randomly, we might get a cat. Possibly. Possibly. There's a very excited child in the background now.
No. I'm not ready to move on from George yet.
Bartos is asking what does
yes, invites to the wedding. Well, we'll see. We'll see.
We would like to do a big
Party.
gathering, wouldn't we?
Yes.
Just a gathering with all the cars, because the Hubnut wedding car, we don't really want one. We want lots. So,
What do the
yes.
colours mean? I just did lots of different colours. But if you've been a channel member for over 3 years, so the badge changes every month, and then I think it's 6 months. I forget what the different levels are, but it goes up to 3 years. If you've been a channel member for over 3 years, you become a mega nutter.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
And there are some emojis as well, which I was going to be clever and
There are.
put on there.
Let me
And
see.
I couldn't get them. I don't seem to
Let me
have
see.
them.
What's it? Ooh, no,
Which doesn't seem
no,
fair.
that was the wrong button. Let me try
Do
this one.
you plan to go to Cars in the Park 1st and 2nd of July?
There she is. I got a took. Sorry, what was that?
Do we
I'm too
intend
busy
to go
playing with
to Cars in the
emojis.
Park 1st and 2nd of July?
I'm not aware of that one. That is probably going to
Is
clash.
that the one in South Wales?
Yeah, the first weekend in July tends to be Japan Classic Sunday in the Netherlands. But as it happens, I've been invited on to some further happenings in Germany just after that. So early July,
Oh.
it's quite likely I'll be overseas.
We have a Took, an Ellie, and a Bella.
Yeah, there we
Whoa.
go. So channel members have access to these emojis, extra emojis.
East Coast Steam's asking, Oxford had any interest in producing more of the Hubnut fleet? Ellie would be cool in 176. They do have a 2CV, but
Yeah.
to do the tooling and whatnot for us to have an Ellie specifically would be about £1,500.
Well, no, it's not
So we
even
need
1,500 pounds.
units.
Yeah, 1,500
So that's
units.
more than that.
So we
Yeah.
sold about 500 tooks. So it's just not going to work, sadly. There's no way we could guarantee the sale of 1,500 of them, and we just end up, we wouldn't have anywhere to sleep.
No.
We'd have boxes and boxes
No.
all over our bed.
Believe me, I see the Tooks in my sleep already, just boxing them very carefully and lovingly.
Matt Beal, yes, I have seen your email about Nissan Note. Sorry, I got that while I was away, and I haven't had a chance to reply to you yet.
Lots of love for diesels.
Oh, there's other emojis. Look at that.
What?
Ooh.
Ooh.
I didn't make those. Those are other car ones that are apparently
Ooh,
available. I
that's
did not know
cool.
that. There we go.
Are we going to Furious's social in Horsham on the 18th of March?
Probably not. We don't tend to go to each other's socials too much, do we? Cause
No, but is that around the NEC? But we're only making an appearance at the
yeah,
NEC.
yeah, that's the week before the NEC, I think. Yeah, that's some big news for you. We are not going to the Practical Classics Classic Car and Restoration Show at the NEC with a stand. We're probably just going to turn up on the Saturday, hopefully at least 3 of us, and have a mooch around and actually enjoy the show, which is not something we usually get to
And
do.
I get to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the really exciting bit.
That's what we're doing things a bit differently.
We-
Probably go back to having a stand again in November, but that is
Yeah.
not confirmed.
We might be a bit bleary-eyed because we're probably going to have to leave here at ungodly o'clock. So,
Yeah.
yeah. Somebody was asking if we like the X7 C5.
I do, yeah.
What do you
I've
think
driven
of the
one
new
quite a
hybrid
bit.
Citroens? That was Bartos 126P.
Yeah, generally most of the modern Citroens leave me cold, but the X7s are really, really nice actually. Even the coil sprung ones ride so superbly well.
Dexter's Folly asks, have you found it expensive to get a ferry when travelling overseas? I know
Depends
that
which crossing,
the
yeah.
camping and caravanning Twitter folk are finding it extremely expensive this year. We haven't really looked into it, and we probably should
Not yet,
if we're
no.
looking to if we're looking to go abroad. My parents are actually looking to move abroad, so we might be doing more Europe.
Caravan show this year. There's one at the NEC again, February half-term week. We may. We've got a really busy week that week. If we can, we might. But yeah, I think we'd definitely like to do at least one of the caravan shows.
Oh my goodness, yes. The advantage of the one later in the year is that I think it's September time. All the caravan companies release their 2020, well, their next year's models. So there was the first. What's the one called? It's the Swift Base Camp 3, isn't it? There was the first one that they got
Yeah.
ready just for the show. That's a slight digression from all things Hubnut, really, isn't it? To talk about the
Yeah.
caravans and campers.
We like old campers.
Yes, yeah.
Tomo, when are you going to test the Nissan El Grande? I'd like to. I don't know when he's got one at the moment. I think a friend of mine had one, but I think he sold
There's
it.
one floating around here. But yeah.
Oh, speaking of Cecily, do you miss her? In some ways, yes, because she ran much better than Bella currently does. But by heck, Cecily has had some money spent on her.
Yeah,
In
she's a
fact, she was in
different
the
car
garage
now.
again last week having handbrake cables fitted. So Phil is still spending a lot of money making Cecily amazing again, which is great to see. It's
Ah.
always really nice when a car finds the perfect
Yeah,
next home.
somebody that cares very much for it, because we were umming and ahhing because what, she needed a clutch when we had her.
Yeah, clutch.
Yeah, and we
And
were
we
umming and
suspected
ahhing.
timing belt would probably
Yeah,
be needed.
yeah. David Field, nice to hear that you're learning to drive as well. Let's have a race, shall we? Not
Yeah.
on in the cars, I mean, to get
Mm.
past the tests.
Yeah. Look, yeah. Words. I'm sure you will look forward to it. I'm sure you will enjoy it. So there we go. What do you think of the Mitsubishi Sigma? Asks Anto. I quite like them. We don't have many of them over here. Australian built, I think. What was that? What are you looking at?
What's it like having a wife with such a dump truck? Love the vids, by the way. Why, thank you.
Yeah, I think you will enjoy. There's some dump truck action
Don't know. Yeah,
in the
somebody
premiere. So
left something in the
stick
video.
around for the premiere.
Stick around for
Yeah.
dump truck. That sounds terrible.
Yeah.
You haven't switched over into some other website with
Yeah.
two
Yeah.
initials. It's not that.
No.
I'm traumatized.
Oh no, we're traumatizing the
What
teenager.
are some of my my attainable dream cars? That's JDM
Ooh.
Snow Monkey. I want a Daihatsu midget. I desperately want a
Yeah,
Daihatsu
Mighty
midget.
Car Mods are.
Mighty Car Mods are really selling that.
They're tuning
And,
up a midget.
Yeah, the fact that there is the L251 engine,
Yeah.
which I have in Chemi, is interchangeable with the midget, and it seems that that obviously we find Daihatsu parts unobtainium, but it seems like they're all kind of interchangeable parts, which Eddie said when we saw him, didn't he?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and it's very true. They've just taken the 1 litre L251 engine and put it into the 660cc midget, excuse me, tilted it, put it in the midget. Flipping amazing.
Yeah. Bear with me. Someone's just asked a technical question, and I need to go and
okay.
do stuff.
I'll keep jabbering then.
Yeah, you can
what
keep
other
jabbering
cars would
away.
I like? We would like a City Bug. Somebody's mentioned a Copen. I'd like a Copen as well. To be honest, I'd like all the Daihatsus, the Move, the Tanto, all of them. Please and thank you.
Yeah, I know someone who's just imported a Tanto. So we already know one Tanto owner.
Yeah,
He's got one
yeah,
in London.
Yeah, and a Materia. I'd have a Materia.
Yeah.
Although I'd like to have a Coup, which was what it was over there. Really funky. I like your videos with those old 80s cars. You should do one with a Mitsubishi Galant.
Oh. Sorry, I'm just trying to find out. Someone was asking how to see all of the videos and how many are there. I have a feeling I'm over 1,200 videos
Yeah,
now.
definitely. You did 200 and something last year, and it was 1,000 before that, so it's got to
Yeah,
be, hasn't it?
yeah, it might even be over
Yeah.
1,300. It's a lot of videos. There is somewhere that tells you, but I can't find the page.
Oh,
I've lost it
RoboTube1
again.
says
But-
he's checked the road website, and that mic stand you're using is not available. It must have sold out. That's
Oh,
a shame. This is a high tech.
it's got Bic on it. So there you go. Maybe
Oh.
search for mechanical pencil, and then
Now
you
you're
might
just
find it.
dropping all the cars into the, like, Cora Desune says, Nissan Cube? Yes. I'd like 2. I'd like one with left-hand drive and one with right-hand drive, because
I
the
can
windows...
park them next to each other.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Oh.
Now I've missed all the discussions.
Found
I've
a
been
midget
so busy trying to find
automatic
out.
for sale, £1,500, but it's been stood for 10 years. Dry stored after a resto, worth a look.
Ooh.
Oh.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Definitely.
My little Daihatsu is outside and twitching right now. Like, we do not need another Daihatsu.
Yeah, I think midget automatics come with a passenger seat, whereas the manual there is no room for a passenger seat.
Yeah. What do you think of the Honda Legend? That's from Damien Ford.
I like them. I've never owned one. Last one I was in it was Retro Power. If you haven't seen their channel, they were amazing modification work, and I'd gone to see them. I'm pretty sure Nat took us out in the Legend. I can't remember why, but yeah, he had one. It was just his cheap daily. Superb cars. I know James Walsh, Bilingo man, is
Oh, yeah.
a fan of a Honda Legend.
Oh, if you're a Berlingo fan, go and see James Walsh's social media, because he's gone Berlingo crazy over the past few days,
yeah, he's
hasn't
just
he?
bought a pickup and a French registered
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
The French registered one's a really unusual colour, and he's actually, I can't remember what the colour is, and he'll be most upset that I don't remember, but he has put the name on Twitter as well. It's almost like a khaki green, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really lovely.
Someone says Nissan Leaf. Plenty of Nissan Leaf videos in my history. If you search Hubnut Leaf.
No, or do we want a Nissan Leaf?
Oh, do we want one?
Wouldn't work Oh, what's the
Wouldn't
range
work.
like
Wouldn't
these
work too
days?
well. Although we have now got chargers just up the road. Annoyingly.
yeah, we have.
Final
We
bit. Oh,
have.
thank you, Big Jono. Very, very kind of you. Tea and hot cakes. He
Is that
says.
Jono of the trucks in disguise?
You know, I don't know.
I don't know.
No, I know a few Jonos.
Uh,
He's more a John E, I think.
12 Uni Flu asks, any tips? Thank you very much, by the way, Big Jono. Any tips for first-time drivers who only got driving?
Don't crash. Statistically, new drivers are at high risk, and I remember. I mean, if you're older than I was when I passed my test at 17, and I was a lunatic, and somehow survived that experience. And sadly, I think that's true of quite a lot
Thank
of
you,
us.
Joe Briley.
Thank you.
Oh, super chat. Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah, just take it easy, because the biggest thing is, I think the earlier you are to driving, the more your power of observance needs work. So you learn to spot danger before it happens.
We talk
as you
about it,
drive.
don't we, as we're going along.
Yeah.
I'm telling you what hazards there are, what gear I'm in, if I'm looking in my mirror.
Yeah.
It's very strange.
Which is really useful.
But it's
for someone
reassuring to
supervising
me as
you.
well,
Yeah,
actually.
yeah.
Scottish car enthusiast and Trades TV. I have a feeling he might be looking at a Mark 1 106.
Oh.
Yeah, because this, I saw you earlier, I didn't quite catch it, but I caught it this time. Belingo fan here, but I may be swayed.
Much. 89 Thunder
Thank you
Chunky.
very much, very kind.
That's a prize for name there as well.
Oh, I love the little flag waving.
Yeah, yeah. So I don't fit in 106s. That they ride well, they handle well, great engines, but I don't fit in them. So I would check that, because I would take a Belingo every day over a 106 for simple comfort. I mean, having done over 500 miles in Bella recently.
Yeah, she is comfortable.
Yeah, really comfy.
comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's surprising, and they're so multifunctional.
Yeah.
Every time we end up singing the praises of the Belingo, but they're just brilliant vehicles.
Mm.
East Coast Steam, Miss Hubnut, have you got a test book yet? No, I'm going to book my theory very shortly. How do I feel about driving now? Little nervous right now, but I'll get there.
Mm.
And has Mr. Hubnut banned you from driving any of the fleet?
No, I haven't banned you from
No.
any of them.
Well, you could have said I couldn't drive Myrtle, but...
Yeah, you're only insured on one of
Yeah,
the cars at the
yeah.
moment. But,
Any plans on for a European road trip?
no firm plans, just lots of desire to go road tripping. Like I say, Germany is a distinct possibility at the moment.
And seeing the European road trip again.
Yeah.
Oh, somebody said, Hector's house says, I had a 95 106 in 2000, cost more in repairs than any car I've ever owned.
Hashtag because French. That is
Yeah.
distinctly possible.
Did we build that red truck on the shelf, old classic car?
We did not.
No, it is in fact a Lego Optimus Prime.
Yeah, the builders just come lurking into the background
yeah.
behind camera.
It is a very nifty set because it transforms actually into Optimus Prime, and it's based on the original, I think, Japanese Optimus Prime. So
Yeah, we thought it would keep him busy for days.
It didn't. It
No.
didn't. Oh,
No.
Tony Williams, am I mad for not snapping up Amber's Mark 1 Punto?
Oh,
So
it is nice.
Amber of Driven 24/7 has a Mark 1 Punto. I think it's currently up for £1,500. Low mileage. She always gets the low
Beautiful
mileage.
colour, metallic red.
Yeah,
Very
it's
rare to see a
really
Punto
nice.
in a really nice
So
colour.
Tony, what do we
Yeah.
think? Is he mad?
It's a difficult one, isn't it?
Hang on, there was an issue, and you
It has
just
got a
mentioned head
misfire.
gaskets, didn't you? With
That-
Puntos.
That is a concern, but it could be head gasket, but it could just be a coil pack. So yeah, and you know, she's declared that there is a fault with it, so it's not like she's hiding that.
Yeah, no, she's very honest about everything.
Mm.
Her dad is big into Fiats, isn't he?
Yeah.
Would you consider a Renault 4 as well as the 2CV?
Ooh, no, because I've driven the Renault 4 and it just isn't. It isn't fun in the same way as the 2CV. Much better car, much easier to live with day to day, but 2CV for me.
Bartos126P says, if you find yourself in Germany, why don't you pop round the border to Poland and I would lend you my 1989 Fiat 126P and extra poverty spec. Blanking pugs, ahoy.
Deal. Although Germany's quite a big country,
Yeah.
and I don't think I'm going near the border, but I would love to. Oh, if we have the time to just go cruising around all of Europe.
Well, summer, but we'll get there.
Mm.
Red Fred 70, will you be doing more collaboration with JM, Steph, iDriver Classic and Furious Driving?
I've got nothing planned,
I
but
have.
have you?
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
yes, you have.
I have.
With one of them.
I have. So on the, is it the 5th of March?
Yes.
Sunday the 5th of March is International Women's Day, and we're having a bit of a gathering in, I can't remember where, Warwickshire?
Is it
Northamptonshire.
Sywell?
Nottinghamshire.
Sywell Aerodrome?
Anyway,
think.
we're having a bit of a gathering, and I think there's going to be some chats between myself, Passenger Seat Podcast,
Yeah.
Steph, I Drive a Classic.
Is
there's gonna be
Crabbers
lots
going
of
to be there? I
folks
know
there.
Crabbers was invited.
I don't know, but there's going to be lots of us there, so there should be lots of good chats going on there.
And if I
very
am there, I
excited
will
for
be
that.
purely in a cameraman mode.
He will.
So
yeah,
I'll be
it's gonna
behind
a
the
bit
camera and let you
strange.
get on with the day. Yeah.
Yes. When are we moving into a field?
Not soon enough. Can't afford a field at the moment.
And will you address the lack of Montego action on the fleet?
Possibly not. I just haven't got room. I would love a Montego, but this is it. I think I'm already at too many cars. It's very easy when you're a YouTuber to justify purchases by saying it'll be great for the channel, and then you have more cars than you have days of the week, and they're not getting enough use, and some of them are
We've
sitting
got
in the back of the
exactly the
unit.
same as days of the week right now.
Have we? I
think
thought we
we're
had
down to
9.
7.
Are we?
Hang on, let's just do some counting, ladies and
This could
gents.
take a while.
So we've got
Took,
Took,
Ellie,
yeah,
Giselle.
yeah,
Who else is up at the
Betty,
unit? Betty. Myrtle's up at the unit.
yeah, Shemmy.
Miss Daisy, Shemmy, and who else? Bella? Have we done Bella yet?
Oh my god, guys, can somebody enlighten us?
Yeah, we've lost count. Oh, thanks, AMAC. That's very kind of you. Or AMAC.
Go to a drive-through. Yes, I'm up for that.
More than I am. But it'd be nice for you to be able to
There's
chat
a
to the
great
person.
drive-through in South Wales.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
We
Yeah.
must go at once.
In fact, there's more than one.
Mm.
What-
Update on the Ford AU. The only update is I cleaned the battery terminals. I've used her twice for some local bombing around. No sign of issue, but yeah, I need to do more testing. It isn't a very common fault. It just kicks in every now and then. But on the drive to the unit the other day, it did it really badly, and the needles all seized, as you saw in the video. It hasn't even glitched since I cleaned the battery terminals, so maybe that was it. Let's hope so.
Peter Russell says, what poverty spec car would you recommend from the 1950s to 80s as the first car for a 20-year-old?
Ooh, 50s. I mean, Morris Minors. But you have to excuse the sniffing in the background. We have an ill child, rather too nearby. Hopefully not too nearby. Yeah, Morris Minors, just because of parts availability. Citroen 2CV, much the same reason. Diane's, because they're closely related, although bodywork can be a bit of an issue on those. So, yeah. Oh, Hooked on Classics. Simone, I'm at the NEC in March. Fancy a natter about the Cortina?
Excellent.
Yes, that's the ex-Pete C Cortina estate, I believe. Which I did see when I went to see Pete C. And he hadn't been able to do anything with it. So I think Simone took it on, and things have improved somewhat. So that's good times.
Sorry, I lied, Bob 567. Did you hear about the cheese factory in France that got destroyed? There was debris everywhere. Thank you.
Okay, maybe we won't go for a joke segment of
Oh,
this. Yeah.
come on. I love a good cheesy joke. Woo.
And Giselle, you have 8 cars apparently. So yeah, that's more than days of the week. I think that's right. It's 8 cars and a bob.
8 cars and a bob.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Sebastian, I just came across your channel. I'm enjoying the content. Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you. Nice to see you both. Would love to come to the Festival of an Exceptional Year this year. Now I can drive.
Yeah, tickets are on
Excellent
sale.
event. Definitely come along. And yeah, I would get your tickets sooner rather than later because I suspect it's going to be a sellout.
Yeah, certainly was last year.
Really good event. Really good event. So Red Fred says, are you coming to Essex again? How about a meet at Baz Vegas?
Oh, Baz Vegas, that was fun. Yeah, I took to Baz Vegas,
Where is Baz Vegas?
Basildon.
Oh, okay.
We just had a meet in a car park, and it was great. Loads of people turned up, so many different vehicles. Really, really nice.
Chio01237 says, what did Ian think of my new purchase? I sent him my Black Beauty. Is it worth a video and have you ever driven one?
I'm confused. I get so many emails and messages. You'll have to remind me of that. And of course, it's different names on different platforms. So remind me what that is, and I'll get back to you.
There's another cheesy joke.
Oh, no.
Do you
What have
know
we
if there are
started?
many Daihatsu fellow Maxes around in England? We know where there's one.
Yeah, we know
Did
one.
he say there were 3?
I think so.
I think he said there were 3.
Yeah, they are not common because they were never sold here new, I don't think.
No. Oh, what a beautiful little car.
Does this mean the Daihatsu is actually fixed? Well, stay tuned.
Ooh,
7
you're
o'clock,
happy to see.
video update goes
Ooh.
live.
So, what's your most sought after rare retro car accessory? I just found a set of knuckle buffers, those plastic fingers
Oh
people used to
gosh.
stick on boot. Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah. So it looked like
Just,
someone was
yeah,
trying to get
yeah.
the boot open.
Was that
Oh
also
wow.
supposed to be a safety thing to stop you jabbing your fingers?
No,
Oh, I
I
thought they
think it was a
were.
bit of a wind-up thing, and you could get Garfield's tail, I think, as well. So you could have that hanging out.
Yeah, I remember the
Yeah,
Garfield's
yeah,
tail. Yeah, yeah.
yeah. The triple square wiper spoilers to
And the
keep your
little
wipers
flashing
down.
man, flash his bum.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
squeeze
yeah.
the finger in. Yeah, yeah. Oh
Do we have any of these things? We don't have these
no.
things. This is most unfortunate. We do have GSA dashboard,
Mm.
randomly.
Oh, apparently there's a 2CV on eBay for £100. I'm guessing it won't
What?
stay at £100.
Crikey.
Oh,
Did-
Paul mentions the mini kit stand at the NAC. Thank you very much. I think we are going to be roving wildly, but we'll definitely come and have a look at what you've brought in. All
We
sorts
have.
of things.
Please excuse if the dog starts to bark.
Jago,
He's
please
just,
don't.
on-
Please don't. Oh no, he's huffing.
Oh,
He's
somebody-
huffing. He's seen someone.
Gray the Floyd
He just fell off the table.
says he would
Best guard
he'd
dog
like
ever.
a faux orange air freshener.
Oh yeah, the original one's
yeah.
far better.
Are those the ones with the crystals?
Yeah, traffic
Yeah,
lights.
yeah, I remember those.
No.
If you both had to choose, what is the most reliable vehicle manufacturer?
He's embarrassed.
Um,
Hey, baby.
most reliable? I would say Toyota, but of course my last Toyota was absolutely appalling. So yeah.
Aidan Skinner says it's buy it now at £100.
Oh wow. Send me the link on Messenger. Oh, I haven't seen that. Oh yeah, that's a van body shell, isn't it? Diego, we stop kicking the tripod.
He's trying to
Found a
stand, but
grill
he's
muff for the
embarrassed.
Cortina. Awesome.
Yeah.
Would you consider a commercial vehicle possible a Bob add-on or replacement?
Yeah, I really would consider a
Yeah.
commercial. I have been thinking about this. The problem is vans are always absolutely ruined and expensive
In case
for
you're
what they
wondering
are.
what that sound is, that's the dog trying to get under the sofa.
He seems to have got a bit fat. He doesn't fit so much anymore.
What are your favourite non-motoring YouTube channels? We have
non-what?
a small obsession with
Aeroplanes.
Big Jet TV, SDTV,
Airliners
Airliners Live,
Yeah.
Mac. What is he? Mac Live? Mac
Yeah,
TV?
I think so. Yeah, all the airport
Anyway,
streamers.
airport
We tend to
streamers.
just put that on in the
We
background.
absolutely
Lovely.
love those. You can thank those for the stickers and the emojis because they
Yeah.
were all doing those. We were like, how are they doing this?
Yeah.
So we looked into it and we can do it too now.
I don't think there's anything else we watch. This old Tony, one of my favourites, does engineering stuff.
Marbles,
I don't watch
Winter
Winter
Garden.
Garden
No, I
anymore.
don't watch them so
No,
much
no.
anymore. No. Yeah, that's what we watch that's not car related.
Yeah, it's mostly engineering stuff if it's not cars. So yeah, that sort of thing.
My friend is selling a Nissan Sunny GTIR 1992. It says it's a rare car. Is this true?
Yeah, it's a homologation special. So there weren't many of those. There's rather more over here than there were. They were sold here by Nissan for a time, a very short period. But an awful lot of imports have come in since. In fact, I saw one today. There was one down at the MOT garage looking very, very rusty indeed.
Ox says, might want to watch PETA too, Mentor Pilot. I absolutely
Oh, yeah, Mentor.
love
You're
him.
addicted to
He
Mentor
is
Pilot.
fantastic. I'm a big fan of air crash investigations, and he's just so much more factual. And he tells you at the beginning
He's got
of
the
videos,
gritty detail you
yeah,
want.
he says, "Oh, look out for this thing because it'll be important later." And then it is important, and it all makes sense. And I just think he's fantastic.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're already watching. Let me have a look. Where are we at now?
How's George the Cat doing? I'm not really in touch with George the Cat anymore, but I believe he's doing well. The occasional post pops up on social media of him having a merry old time.
How rare is the Renault 14 or 18 in the UK now? Have you seen any
Oh,
lately?
14s are practically invisible. 18s are pretty rare. There's one that lives in Pembrokeshire, an 18 estate, that we see fairly regularly. 14s, I'd love to drive a 14 just to see what they're like, but you just don't see them.
Oh, my...
ClickSpring, yeah, I do love ClickSpring.
My,
I was watching his build an anti-Kiffer mechanism.
Oh, yes, yes.
Fascinating.
My American cousin is asking, NEC or Festival of the Unexceptional, which would be a better show to try and see in a visit?
That's a really difficult one because
They're
they've both got a
different,
very different
yeah.
vibe.
I love
I mean,
Festival of
getting around the
Unexceptional.
NEC show in a day is a challenge, whereas Festival of the Exceptional, you can just about get around in a day. But yeah, very, very different shows.
Actually, we've never actually got round the whole of the Festival of the Unexceptional. The amount of times we watch everybody else's videos and goes, I didn't see that. I didn't see that.
To Do you fancy getting your pilot's license as Steve's Machines? Maybe that's the 200k.
Oh, God.
Because then I've got plenty of time to try and psych myself up to it.
Would you like to test drive my Reliant kitten sometime?
Already done a kitten, but thank you. In fact, we saw
Is
a
that the
kitten
brown one?
today.
Did you test
I
drive that one?
no, I don't think that's
okay.
Aiden. We saw the brown one that lives in Aberystwyth today. Haven't seen that for a good few years, so it was good to see that.
Somebody's saying they really fancy a Renault. Oh, yes.
I'd love a 16. Renault 16's
There we go.
amazing cars.
You saw the same comment.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Really fancies it because he said it twice.
Yeah.
You need to drag race your Invacar.
Yeah, because Lightbulb Fun has an Invacar as well, although it's away currently being fettled, I believe, and I think he's eagerly waiting for it to come back.
Well,
And
yes.
Tuck needs fettling, let's face it.
Tuck needs an overhaul, bless
Yeah.
her.
And yes, Matty J on the beige forum does have a right-hand drive Renault 14. I believe he's putting a different engine in it. So yeah, I do need to check out the beige forum a bit more.
Have you ever been to Stickney Auto Jumble in Lincolnshire? If so, what's it like?
Nope. I don't like auto jumbles. I've been invited to the spring auto jumble with Bewley, and
I've never been,
yeah, I've never been to any of the auto jumbles.
but maybe we should go.
I guess I'm lazy. I just want to look online. Oh, there's the thing I want to and buy it.
You're lazy,
Yeah, can you believe it?
and you have no patience.
I know,
What?
unbelievable.
Crazy times.
Have you got tissues over there?
Crazy times. Will you be giving Ellie the bigger engine upgrade?
I don't know what to do with Ellie. I'm now starting to miss that 652 a little bit. I'm starting to notice
Is that
where
just when you
that
crested a
torque,
hill, isn't
yeah.
it? Yeah.
just
yeah.
a few less downshifts required.
Do you have any memories of any cars you drove in your youth?
Yeah, loads of memories, all sorts of different cars. Yeah, I'm just trying to think. There's so many. I mean, I can't even list the cars I've driven over the years. It is an awful lot of them. But yeah, first car was Mark II Fiesta. And then the second car, the first car I bought myself, was my first 2CV, B82P. That's whose number plate you can see in the unit.
What is better, a Ford Cortina Mark 4 or 5 or Vauxhall Cavalier Mark 1?
Cavalier Mark 1. I would say I'm going to get some hate for that. But the Cavalier Mark 1 is a much more advanced car in terms of the overall suspension and everything. It's a real step forward, the Mark 1 Cavalier.
Danny Boy asks, have you ever driven a Nissan Primera before? We
Yes.
actually have one. So if you go back about a year in the video, maybe a bit more.
Yeah, a bit more than a
Bit
year,
more
I
than a
think,
year
is when we got
had
Peggy, the Primera.
the Primera.
Yeah.
Most uncomfortable seats ever.
Yeah, and the suspension wasn't much better.
Does a GSA engine go in a 2CV?
Not easily. You have to stretch all the bodywork, and then you end up with a bit of a front-heavy pig to drive. So
This sounds
not my idea of
a
fun.
very specific question. Do you find Bob cold at night, and can he be towed by a standard Morris Minor saloon? Do you want a Bob? You do, don't you?
How much do you want to pay?
No,
No?
not our Bob.
Oh,
No. He's not cold at night. We
well, it is
towards-
cold at night if you haven't got a heater.
Yeah, October time we did have a heater, but up until that point we didn't, did we?
Mm,
We didn't. The little pods are surprisingly warm on either end.
yeah.
Do you think could be towed by a?
I don't know what the max towing weight of a Morris Minor is. It's about half a ton.
Yeah, and Bob is 750 laden.
Yeah. Mm.
Mm.
Could be a
Might
problem for a
pushing
minor.
It. Might
yeah,
be pushing
yeah.
it. However, you could get what are they called? A dandy,
Yeah.
A
yeah, there are
dandy
little
would be
dandy folding
towable,
campers.
yeah.
Yeah.
and they're gorgeous.
Mm.
They are absolutely gorgeous.
Didn't the 2CV in For Your Eyes only have a GSA engine? GS engine. I think, were they 1015s or 1222s? I can't remember. But somehow they managed to cram the engine in and not stretch the bodywork, and I do not know how they managed that. Maybe they just had the drive shafts at some hideous angle.
Big Jono is popping off, so have a nice evening, and thank
Yeah,
you for
thank you.
joining us.
Yeah.
Oh no.
For everyone else, don't forget we're about 25 minutes away from the video going live
Amazing
tonight.
technical.
Yeah. In
Hop
fact,
over to a
I noticed
prayer.
there are some people already having a chat over there. So
Oh no.
yeah, I'm just going to drop them a link over there so they
Okay.
know we're here.
So Sid 3300 says, unfortunately, I'm saying
Can you
goodbye
hold
to
that
my
a minute?
Daihatsu Grand Move soon. Oh no.
Oh
Oh
dear.
no. Is it rust? And getting a Saab 9.3 Aero 2 litre in its place. Bad idea?
No, I like those Saabs. Very nice cars.
Uh,
Oh no, danger, danger. 5-pot, 4-pot. What are your current feelings on the Figaro, Ian? Bearing in mind my partner is here with me and owns one. They're lovely. Was
I
that
like the
convincing?
Figaro.
Oh, the styling
I
is
like
amazing.
the escargot more though.
Ooh,
Yeah, just because it's quite me.
I like a POW myself.
Oh, the POW, yeah, that's
But
cool as
the
well.
biggest problem is I don't like the engine and transmission, but apart from that, they're great cars.
No, they are all fabulous looking vehicles.
Yeah, the
We've got a
styling, the
couple of Figaros
detail,
here, actually,
amazing. Yeah, we
and
need
in
to do a video on one.
pink. Oh, what colour is yours?
They
'Cause-
never came in pink.
No, but there are pink ones.
people have painted pink.
People
ones,
have
yeah,
painted them
yeah.
pink. Do we have a Furby in a fish tank? It's actually a shelf, but yes, we do have a Furby. I noticed it, that somebody called me a Furby earlier. I'm not a Furby. Have you driven a Mark 1 Renault Clio?
No, not yet. Would like to. Small car, pantograph wipers, got to be good.
Mondeo ST220 versus Vectra VXR.
Oh, we've got to do a shout out to Daniel from the Netherlands. Hello,
Oh,
Daniel.
hello, Daniel from the
He has a
Netherlands.
GS and recently bought an Opel Record. A man of fine taste.
Cool. Cool.
Manual Figaro would probably be a different kettle of fish. Yeah, with a better engine. Just drop the 1.3 in. Or put the Micra Super Turbo engine in. A super turbo powered Figaro would be amazing. Supercharger and turbocharger. And a honk.
A honk.
Yeah. Mighty Car Mods have done... in fact, they even made a song using the honk of the supercharger.
Oh,
Because
wow.
the supercharger cuts in first
Yeah.
while the turbo spools up, and then it dies away to let the turbo take over. Very clever. Ridiculous stuff for the 1980s. Very Japanese.
What else have we got? Oh, just don't drive a Saab 9.6 over the Alps. Scary. I feel like there's a story there, Griffey.
Does that involve the freewheel? I bet that could make life exciting.
Ooh, I've just bought a Mercedes 3066 Hanomag van.
Oh,
Needs
Hanomag.
major restoration.
Oh, I love that. They used to be everywhere. I used to see them everywhere as a child, and they just all vanished.
Have you ever driven a Fiat 126?
Yes, around a car park, very briefly. A bright pink one, as it happens.
Are you both going to the Llandudno Festival this year? What is the Llandudno Festival?
Llandudno Transport Festival.
Ah.
Usually alongside a Victorian extravaganza. It's quite the
Ooh.
experience. It's
Oh,
definitely
do you
worth
dress up?
heading up for that. And then the tractors have a drive around the Great Orne.
Cool.
So it's a cracking event. But again, there's just so many events in so little time. I don't know if we'll get there.
Apparently the goats are back in Llandudno.
Okay.
You can probably...
Syriax has asked if I'll drive a two-stroke diesel. I'll drive anything. And I've already driven a two-stroke diesel. A V12 two-stroke diesel. It was an Abbott self-propelled gun. Many, many years ago, well before video was even an inkling.
89 Thunder Trigger says to 5-pot, 4-pot. We have a neighbour with a terracotta POW. My street is full of Hubnut cars. Oh, you
Ooh.
lucky thing.
Yeah.
We're quite lucky here, actually. We've got Not My Volvo
Yeah.
and the Saab.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Mhm.
pretty cool here, actually. Oh, a guy saw me taking a picture of his Renault Clio and came out of his house to ask if I wanted to buy it. I had to say no.
Oh.
Oh, I mean, flattering.
Yeah. Have you driven a two-stroke Saab? Yes, I have driven a 96 two-stroke and superb cars. Paul Cowland off that there telly. I think is he on telly tonight? I think he might be. Salvage Hunters Classic Cars. It's
Possibly.
the last ever episode, but he's obsessed with two-stroke Saabs, and rightly so. A man of fine taste.
Zach Howell is asking what part of America are your cousins from. So this is a running joke on Twitter about Mr. BWA1. Is that what you're called on here? You're not called that
Yeah.
on Twitter. That he is my cousin. I do actually have cousins in America though. I think they're in Florida, possibly.
Oh.
They did move. They
Yeah,
moved from like,
Cletus
Texas to
McFarland.
Florida. So yes, yeah, I do have American relatives, but he's my spiritual relative.
Oh, hello, Mark's Garage. He's just popped into the chat.
Are you getting anything else for the fleet? Not right now. Not right
I'm
now.
thinking how to downsize, and that's painful because I'm now at the stage where I really like everything we own. But I just think it's too many cars. I'm losing focus. It's dangerous place. And I can't afford to keep them all on the road because so many of them you have to actually pay for road tax, and it's not cheap tax either, apart from Shemmy.
Hello to all things Alex. Looking forward to the update. On the subject of rust, I've just bought a 1960s Miner. May or may not have been influenced by your scrapyard trip.
Oh yeah, that one's
it's
still
not
there.
quite as bad.
Oh, good.
I am really pleased to hear that, Alex.
That's quite bad.
Really
That is a big
pleased to hear
project.
that. Matt Pink, lovely to see you. I know you've been poorly.
You go Sana activity.
Sana activity. I'm
Exciting
filming on
times.
the 18th.
Again,
the red
that's
one.
when you know a car's gone to the right home. Even if the red one is now taking priority, which is a much better car, still the Sana is where it needs to be, I
Yeah,
think.
absolutely.
Yeah, good home.
Absolutely. So that one's going to be close to MOT. So, Matt, we might have to come and
Yeah.
drive it.
Oh, Cold Blimp is a mega nutter.
Oh.
Any restorations in the pipeline? Took project was why I first started to donate every month. Well, thank you very much for your continued support. And I'm sorry there hasn't been so much restoration of late, but Took desperately
Yes,
needs
she does.
a proper
And
going
Miss
over.
Daisy will be first for a little bit of restoration. Minimal, but kind of more for us to learn the technique so that we can then use it. And then there is a Took plan, isn't there?
There is a Took
Yeah.
plan.
So
As ever, it's a very loose plan.
And it might even become a bit skilled, even frighteningly.
Let's not push
Let's
it.
not get too
Yeah.
excited. No,
No.
no, no.
Greater Floydian Circle reckons Myrtle deserves an outing soon. Yeah, again, I can't really afford to tax her on top of all the others, so she's just sort of sat there at the moment. So other things are going to have to come off the road so Myrtle can come out.
Yeah, but also...
And Myrtle's now out of MOT, just to complicate matters.
Oh, Nigel Red.
Oh, thank you.
Come and join us as a member. Thank you
He's
very,
become
very much.
a basic Hubnutter.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh, Red Fred says, I've been watching since day one. Enjoy your videos so much. Saying goodbye. Hope to meet you one day.
Okay, well, thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Red Fred. And we will hopefully see you again soon. And maybe in the real world. Where are we getting married? We don't know.
Oh, yeah. Salvage Hunters Classic Cars is on tonight. It's a Lancia Fulvia Coupe.
Okay.
Very, very nice. I've seen Paul tweeting about that. Paul C is asking a really difficult question. Have you done the sums on the Berlingo? How much does that thing cost you so far? No. And I refuse to.
Some money.
It is some money.
Yeah.
Yeah. As a saving fuel exercise, it has worked.
Oh.
Saving money, not so much.
Oh.
Oh, gift memberships. Whoa.
Times. So, 89 Thunder Chunky, thank you very much.
Wow.
What he's just done is gifted 5 Hubnut memberships. And what that means is 5 of you will have just joined us as members for a month, isn't it?
Yeah. Well,
And
that's really kind.
thanks to 89 Thunder Chunky. So that's really cool.
Yeah,
that means you get to use
YouTube chooses who gets the membership. Yeah, it's people who regularly interact with things. So that's very kind. Thank you very much.
Yeah. So what that means is you get to use the little funky emojis and everything.
So if you're now a member, you can do this. Oh no, I've done it in the wrong place. Oh, I almost closed the browser. That almost went horribly wrong.
Hubnut. Do you have a website, and would you consider putting up top trump stats on your cars if you do?
We've got a website, but everything tends to be on the channel, so that tends to be the main focus. The Hubnut website, which was Classic Hub, was where this all started. Me just blogging away when I first moved to Wales back in, well, it was early 2011. I started that blog, and the videos rather taken over it. So it's now just signposting for how to find me, well, not how to find me, but where you can find the channel, how you can get in touch, that sort of thing.
Please excuse the squeak. I just got disconnected.
Okay.
So it is a slight little panic there. People talking about the most Hubnut things on their street. Sunny D 1865 says, the most Hubnut thing on my street is an X-Reg Corsa C.
Ooh, that is early. We saw a Y-Reg one today, but I don't think we'll be seeing it for much longer. The sills look a bit of a state. Also, my sister's first car was a Corsa C.
Awesome. Yeah, Matt Pink says we're very welcome to come and see the Red Sana. Thank you,
Excellent.
Matt. You are a little superstar. I did get the sweets eventually after the NEC, you know. Eventually. Wrestled them from him.
Peter Russell, what engine does Took have? Is it like a Volkswagen Beetle engine? It's a Steyr Pooch. I always get this pronunciation wrong. Air-cooled flat twin, and it is indeed heavily influenced by the Beetle engine, I think. It's got the same little oil strainer on the bottom, although it does have a remote oil, well, not a remote oil filter, a proper oil filter as well. And in terms of the engineering, I think it's very heavily Volkswagen inspired.
Oh, Nigel read another 5 memberships.
Oh, wow.
Thank you very, very much. This means you, as I say, you guys get a month of the little perks of Hubnut.
Yeah.
Because what we also do, what I didn't mention, is we do little member exclusive videos as well.
We do.
So a little insight.
We need to do another one.
We do. A little insight before things get generally released. Because, you know, people are making a nice little donation. So
Yeah,
it's
we don't
good
want to
do
hide
something in return.
massive amounts of content behind a paywall. That's not how we operate. We make the main videos free, will always be free. But yeah, we try and do something for the channel members because you do an awful lot
Yeah,
for us,
you
and
do.
we do
You
not
do.
do enough in return. So thank you
No,
very much.
so that's you can thank the airplane channels for all these changes.
Oh, we're over 600 on someone's street. Nice.
Are we having a stand in November? Possibly.
Possibly, yeah. We're not confirmed on that yet.
Wait,
But...
somebody says they got 2 Daihatsus in their street.
Ooh.
Which ones? What have you got?
Thoughts on a Citroen SM? Well, funny enough,
Do
I
we
think
know somebody that?
I think 13, 14 years ago, I was driving one for work, and I was having a lovely time. They're amazing cars.
Do we know someone that owns one? An
Uh,
SM.
no,
That
I
up and
don't think
down
so.
guy, I think he might
No,
know one.
does he? Really?
I think so.
I'm sure he would have mentioned it.
Uh,
Can you remind me what's the cost of the membership? It's £1.99 a month. We have one level. That is it.
yeah, yeah.
Any news on the Altsit? Funnily enough, someone emailed today to say it's exactly where it was last time they saw it. So the person has collected it, moved it to a location. It is still at said location. I don't know if they're doing anything. I've not had any further contact. Aidan Skinner says I should never have sold the Fox. Foxanne is happier now. I think Foxanne is having a much better life in her new home.
Thank you for Tudor Coca for joining the channel membership.
Yeah, thank you.
Foxanne, you can still follow her. She's on Foxanne's Follies, and her new owner absolutely loves her. She goes off adventuring all over.
Yeah, she
the
lives
place.
down in Somerset, but she actually drove up to the NEC for the big show in November. So he drove up for the day in Foxanne, and lots of people spotted Foxanne along the way. And I think that's great because she was at the restoration show on a stand, so she was at both the NEC shows last year. Well done, Foxanne.
Yeah, yeah. Here is one for you. Choose wisely. Best hot hatch.
Oh, best hot hatch. I think the most Hubnut hot hatch is probably the one my friend Will has got. Visa GTI. Mm.
Oh, Aidan Skinner says I saw it at the NEC. It was amazing.
Oh, I don't know about amazing. My paintwork does not bear closer scrutiny.
Have you ever driven a Reliant Robin?
Yes, not on video, but yeah, I have driven a proper Robin. Nothing like Clarkson. I'm really keen to do an anti-Clarkson Reliant Robin video.
Foxanne's Follies.
Oh, here she is.
So
Or he is, rather.
that's Foxanne's new owner, Foxanne's Follies, and yeah, she's waiting for me to adjust the handbrake cable just now.
Need it slightly warmer for that, I think, don't we?
So that's cool.
Yeah. Most Hubnut car close to me is probably an immaculate green Peugeot 306 Saloon. Ooh, the sedan. Has it got a rear wiper? Oh, thank you. It's me, Phil, is also joined as a basic Hubnutter.
Jago was so excited by that he bought.
Yeah. Siriax, Ian, would you have a Wego? No, I far prefer to watch Aging Wheels, another most excellent channel. He has a Wego. It's absolutely appalling, but I love it. And I love that he seems to love it, even though it is appallingly awful. In short, it's what began life as a Chinese copy of a smart car, but with a really dodgy sort of American-built EV system in it. And it's terrible, laughably terrible.
Kevin Mercer says, currently looking at a 1963 Citroen ID19, although not LHM fluids. Is that correct?
I think that is the case. I think, was it 67 was the changeover year when the Citroen went to LHM, and the earlier fluid is not as nice. It's a bit closer to brake fluid, so it corrodes stuff and isn't so readily available.
Okay, have you ever driven a Scamel Scarab?
No, I haven't. That's the three-wheeler, isn't it? I also love the Scamel trucks, Michelotti-styled cabs on them. Very common as dumper trucks when I was a nipper.
My brother's wishing happy birthday to Hugh and Devon, Mini
Oh.
Hubnut and Little Miss Hubnut.
Yeah.
Very quickly approaching birthdays.
Yeah,
Dear
we'll pass that
goodness
on.
me.
They're not in the room at the moment.
No, no.
Aidan Skinner's currently driving a Citroen Ami. Ooh, which era of Ami, though?
Far
'Cause
too quiet for those two
There's
to
the
be in
good era, and then there's the electric era.
Matt Phillips, my neighbour has a Honda CRX with the electric sliding roof. Does that class as Hubnut?
Yes, I should think so.
Lord Dukester, no way, Hubnut is live. Yes, yes.
Yeah, we are actually
And
live.
we
We
will
are
be
here
going into
right
a premiere
now.
shortly.
Yeah. I'm sorry, we're looking at the questions, so we're both not looking at you, which seems really, really rude.
Well, you look and I will read questions.
Okay.
Oh, I have an AU Ford on my street.
Ooh.
In fact, it's on my drive.
Nice. Nice.
that was Sir Necromancer there.
Oh, Aiden loves his electric ambi. I can see the appeal around here. Absolutely hopeless.
A bus
But
in,
they are a different way of doing motoring, and I do
a
appreciate
bus
that.
in Badger. Thank you very much for joining the Hubnut channel.
Yeah, thank you.
I found, Peter Russell, I found a couple of weeks ago, a neighbour has a Model T Ford in a garage.
Oh, wow.
I've been passing it regularly and never knew it was there.
Yeah, I do need to do a video on a Model T. That I have driven one, but at the time I was driving it for a magazine shoot, so I didn't really have time to put the cameras. There was nowhere to fit the camera because there was a windscreen and nothing else. And you're concentrating so hard on driving it, it wouldn't have been a very good video anyway. But having now driven one, I would like to do a video on one again.
Simon
If
Beasley.
you haven't seen it yet, while I was in New Zealand, I went on a Model T rail bus, and that was a fascinating thing. So do go and have a look at that video.
Simon Beasley says, have you seen the Oxford diecast model Invacar? We did.
We sold about 500 of them.
Little. We actually had a Took one. Unfortunately, we've sold out now.
Yeah.
But yeah, a beautiful little model.
Yeah, they did two runs. They did one with their original model, the car they photographed. That was done as a model, and then they did a run of Tuck's number plate just to see what interest was, and it turned out interest was actually quite high.
James Jetty, any thought on installing pedal extensions into Chevy for Miss Hubnut? I can reach the pedals in Chevy, but if I look to drive anything else, I think I would get.
Oh, thank you. All things Alex.
I would
Hello.
Get pedal extensions, and also I would be in a safer driving position if I got pedal extensions.
Yeah, you do sit terrifyingly
Very
close to an
close
airbag
to the-
steering
yeah,
wheel.
yeah.
Well, any steering wheel.
Yeah.
What was that? Hooked on Classics. Have you or would you drive a G-Wiz? Never driven one. Would like to. Understand they're absolutely terrible, so I need to drive one. Oh, hello, Robert Taylor. Joined us as a Hubnutter.
A Peugeot 206 1.4 XR with a terrible misfire. Is that Hubnut?
Yeah, sounds it.
That sounds Hubnut to me.
Yeah.
Well, thank you to all you guys joining.
Anyone else want to see Miss Hubnut donut the Fairmont? I haven't donated. Actually, no, I have donated that car on grass in New Zealand. That was a fun day.
This is what happens if you think that you're going to leave a car behind. You do reckless things, and then bizarrely this car comes over to the UK, and you wonder why. She has a few issues.
Where are we? I just saw a question. Patrick Nielsen, do you know the City L? I do. And there are a few floating around in the UK. There's a little, was it Danish? Electric freewheeler, Fiat 126 rear lights. Really nicely styled, very interesting windscreen wiper. Would like to drive one.
Griffey says, the A2 is a cool Audi in my opinion. I agree. I really like the A2.
Big wiper in that as well.
Styling is fabulous in that.
Yeah, and we could get so much in the A2.
It was amazing, wasn't it?
Yeah. Was not expecting to get all of our merch and the table
because
in
we
it.
were anticipating having Betty to go to, it was the motorist, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And then there was the incident.
Someone had a
There
very
was the
typical AU
incident.
incident.
And then we borrowed Eddie and Bernie's A2, and it was superb.
Yeah.
And it feels so luxurious for a little tiny car, doesn't it? It's really fab.
Yeah, I didn't do a video on it because that one had a few issues. It turned out one of the top mounts was utterly worn out and was shaking itself to bits. So Eddie was a bit alarmed when he discovered that, but that was remedied. And I think that car's now been sold on.
Scooter Muppet says, has Miss Hubnut seen the Microlino? Yes, I have. That is one
That
cool
does look very
looking little
funky.
vehicle.
Yeah.
Really cool. Does it look cooler than the new Ami? I think it does.
Yeah, I think it does.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's a little bit quicker. The biggest problem with the new Ami is 28 miles an hour is not enough.
What, does it go like 33 or something?
Probably, yeah.
But yeah, seriously cool.
Oh, Aidan Skinner's asking if I've ever done Goodwood. Yes, in Tuck. Go and look that video up.
Do you know, I just read that question. I thought, oh, Minnie Hubnut would really like that question. What is your favourite car and why is it the Lotus Carlton? Someone has an obsession at the moment.
Yeah. Must be the headlamp wipers, I think.
Do you think the 2030 ban of new combustion engine vehicles will happen or be pushed back?
I can't see it happening the way the infrastructure is at the moment. It's just
so
nowhere near
That's
good
so
enough.
soon. We're
Yeah.
like 7 years away. And having had an electric car for a month, and there are challenges still. In our rural area, I suspect in cities it's a different story.
It's so frustrating because I love electric cars. And I genuinely do. And it's just frustrating when the infrastructure's not there for them. You know, at Christmas, people queuing at chargers to try and get volts into their cars.
Yeah. What do you think of the Daewoo Lanos?
Never driven one, would like to.
Yeah. Thoughts on wheeler dealers? don't really watch
Yeah,
much
I'm not
weirdly,
that
let's see.
much of a fan. I'm not a fan of car telly generally. Typically, I quite like Salvage Hunter's classic cars, and it's the last one tonight. Sod's law. But yeah, car telly generally leaves me a bit cold. I can't watch Car SOS because it's too upsetting.
I
It's
just
just
read
too
a horrible,
emotional.
horrible thing.
Oh,
There's a YouTube channel showing destruction of a Twizy and an Ami.
oh, oh no, de-restriction.
Oh, phew, oh, phew. I said red destruction.
Yeah, a
Oh,
de-restricted Twizy must be
de-restricted.
hilarious.
Okay, bloody hell, that'd be terrifying.
Yeah,
Oh.
Sleaze Machine says hydrogen will be the way, but again, there's no hydrogen infrastructure either, and it's not as easy as just having a hydrogen pump at your petrol station. It's really difficult stuff to store. You've got to make the hydrogen as well. So there's lots of difficult questions around the sustainability of transport going forward. There's a lot to consider.
I've heard that Ford Fiesta and Ford Focus are being discontinued soon in the UK. What are your thoughts on the motor industry becoming dominated by SUVs and crossovers?
Frustrating, but I can kind of understand why. Smaller the car, the smaller the profit, and small cars, even small cars are no longer cheap. You're looking at 12 grand for a Kia Picanto. So when you could buy a Dacia Sandero for similar money, which is a bigger car. So yeah, I think small cars have just gone out of fashion, really.
Matthew Tickell says, thanks for the scrapyard names. Finally got a lock barrel after it killed itself. The plastic bit snapped off. That's good news. Yeah. Tanagore's fantastic.
We're only 3 minutes away from the premiere, guys.
Crikey.
We're going to have to end this. I think we're going to have to wind this one up. But don't go anywhere. Stay here. Because when we end this live chat, it should kick everyone straight into the premiere. So we'll be there in the live chat. So you don't have to look at our faces
this is gonna
anymore.
Go so well.
But we are going to be there.
So
Yeah.
well.
It's only 8 minutes long, so it's going to be a bit brief. So yeah, bear with. Shall we do this then? Shall we wind this one up? We're going to cut ourselves off and see if it jumps us over to the premiere.
But please stick with us, guys. Please watch the premiere.
We'll see you in the chat over there very soon.
It is a shemmy video that's been a long time coming.
Yeah.
A long time coming. Oh,
I'm doing it. I'm
you're
going
doing
to
it.
drop us out. So,
Let's
here we
bye
go.
then.
Bye.
We see you in the premiere.
See if it works.
Bye bye.